stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down the sidelines. Holly?
I caught up with the Nittany Lions head coach before the game. He understands that they are walking into a very difficult situation today. Their opponents have a big winning streak on hand, but so do they. He said, I believe that we can come and set the tone early. Look for them to be very balanced in their play calling, show why they've won these games 3 in a row, and really set the tone here early in the first quarter. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Nittany Lions ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Who says on the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? Doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Marshall. Maybe a crease. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Handoff for Peoples. Here's a little room there. Knocked off his feet. And the Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Right back to the well. Stumbled to the ground.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They have it at the 43, third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
So here comes the Michigan offense. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Motion from the wideout. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Here's Underwood to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Stewart. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete in the middle. It's a seam wide open. Past the 20. Into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. Quick strike touchdown. Comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
Man, we see this in college football. So much explosiveness and firepower. And we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game. And it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's James Peoples to begin the drive. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Beck. Fires to the big fella. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing it.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge third down here in the big house. From the gun, wants to pass. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space, so I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
And this punt will be down just on the other side of midfield. Final play of the quarter coming. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0.
Ready, go!
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Using his feet. There's some room. Good, solid tackle. The stress that a guy who can run that fast puts on a defense, even if it's a pass play, he has them on edge all the time.
Oh, the D coordinator. This guy gives them nightmares every night leading up to this game, because if you don't have people accounting for him and your eyes go to the wrong place or someone's out of position, that dude is gone.
Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if he's going to run it. Got enough for the first. There he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And that was some way to cap it off with a 42-yard touchdown jaunt. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Back to pass, it's Beck. He's got him in the flat. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Underwood fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. It's a running touchdown, Michigan. And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And the extra point is good. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the back. To throw, it's Beck. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Throwing, Underwood. The screen, he's got wheels. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And after that last completion netted a big fat 0, they're looking at 2nd and 10. Here's Underwood to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
They stop him well short of the marker. It's 4th down from the 27.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Scanning the field, it's Beck. Pucks it out of the air. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. To the air on second down. Working the middle. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Makes a connection. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Peoples.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 4th down, looking to pass. He's got it, 1st down and more. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. On target over the middle. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up. Penn State will spend its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And the offense had to have a drive. They had to put points on the board. 0 points until this drive. Down in this ball game. Needed to get some momentum. Gonna need a lot more in the second half if they want to win this football game.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? And he makes the grab for the deuce. They'll stop the clock momentarily here to check on the injured Wolverine. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We begin our coverage with Florida State taking on the #1 team, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's the Seminoles with one of the biggest wins in program history, taking down the #1 team in the country. The win puts them a game over 500 as this group looks to stabilize its season.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC.
The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
Quickly to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play could put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
Got it looking for a 1st. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Penn State.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
And they can't make the connection.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
Number 94, set to kick it off.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They come out for the first time in this 2nd half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Man, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the 2nd half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the 2nd half of this defense.
Makes the catch. It's Johnson. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerber or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the...
Makes the catch, and he's free. At the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown,
first drive of the third quarter marches down the field and score. There's no end in sight with these guys.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet. But I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Now the play fake. Throws for the tight end. Got his man. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And obviously trailing in this football game now in the second half. This is exactly what they talked about at halftime. We've got to create some explosive plays in the passing game. They're going to need a lot of this, and the defense is fully aware that they're going to throw the football. That's a great start to this second half.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss, and that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Unloads to the right. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Going the other way, and he's got room.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence in they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Wide receiver going in motion. Snags it quickly on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Fowler Nicolosi. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
It'll be 3rd and long. might want another play. They'll move the tight end. Quarterback keeper. Picks up the first down. Could be an alley. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And the punishment has been extended.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with people. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air, it's Beck. Looking down the middle. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. He's got it way down the field. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the third quarter.
Oh, that's a completion all day.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. They just keep firing. Throwing right. He's got it and still on his feet. The Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down. Intercepted for the 11th time.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
Other scores from around the country. Slippery Road 14, University of New Haven 7.
The Wolverines offense heads out ready to go on the attack. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here.
Man, it's so nice to have a QB that can do that can run and make plays when you need it. Late in the football game, trying to run this clock out, preserve the win. He picks up the big first down and keeps the clock moving.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Quarterback making checks. This is a designed run. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Running inside, it's Marshall. Makes a pass to Marker. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs.
Ready. Blue 22. Red 20 hot. Move.
The give on the option. Runs through the tackle. Gain of right at 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Quickly complete. Turning it on. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
They'll go with a direct snap. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way.
Caught, and he's got room. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Well, it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback. You saw it right there. He is dialed in. He's finding his one-on-one matchups. He's making good decisions, and he's been so accurate. Now, 4 TD passes in this one, and that's why his team is way up here late in the game.
And he added the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll give it to People. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Here's Peoples one more time. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
They'll run out of the gun, James Peoples. Got enough for the 1st. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And finally, we see a nice game. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
Find space on the right. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. They'll run play action. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about it.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Underwood. Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He'll pull it down. Finds a crease at the 20. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down at the 23.
And on 3rd third down, he calls his own number. Really nice job by the quarterback, making the decision, being decisive. He does a good job going, getting the first down, a new set of downs for this offense.
And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. Stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Ballmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. And the Wolverines will kick off first, and here we go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hoosiers offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. And standing in the way is one of the best defensive lines in the country.
And this offense is going to have their hands full, and especially this offensive line. And it's not just this year. Like, you watch this group, they're dominant, they're physical. Like, they're gonna make you earn everything you get. But it seems like with this program, Palmer, it's year after year after year. Plug and play, next guy, physical, fast, disruptive defensive linemen.
Yeah, they've set a standard, I think, at that position, at this school. When you look around college football, they're always dominant up front. They're able to recruit a specific athlete tailored to their style of defense and attacking. And it doesn't matter what year it is, who the opponent is, this D-line creates a lot of problems, and they're living in the backfield.
To the air, it's Hoover. Makes the grab. Still running at the 40. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Beebe. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The play action fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Marsh. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
I want to give a shout-out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
The Wolverines offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And here comes Bryce Underwood. Led his team to a win, throwing 4 touchdown passes the last time out. The Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Running inside. It's Marshall. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Takes a hit as he fires. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week. Just called on one time. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. Off play action on first down. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15. They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Caught behind the line. It's shot. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Leaping grab for a big gain. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Indiana! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And we got something different, guys, here in the second quarter. We got points, right? No points in the first quarter. Both defenses had their footing. Now, offense finally strikes, gets something going, gets down here on the fringe, too, inside the 30, capitalizes on it, gets a touchdown, and we got our first score of the football game.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. And the tackle is made on the return, but a penalty flag has flown, and I think they may be backing it up a bit. Right on the heels of that touchdown, they give up some good field position with that face mask penalty costing them 15 yards. And as he throws, oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. This quarterback is part of their running game. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Beebe. They worked that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. feed him again. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield. Great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Here's the pressure. Firing deep. It's complete. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Indiana!
Well, you got to give the quarterback a lot of credit on that one, David. As soon as he recognized man coverage, there was no question where he was going to be looking. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game.
I was about to say, you credit the quarterback. It's his speed. You play him man-to-man, he gets open, he wins. I'm not sure why we're crediting the quarterback. He's got jets.
That was a reckless hit by the defender. The kickers are in a vulnerable spot, and they have to protect them.
Set to advance on the football.
No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. So here comes the Michigan offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Throwing, Underwood. Got it in the middle, it's Hansen. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Underwood to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And that's what the offense wants. They want to see you in man coverage, and they want to throw those slants, use those wide receivers and their big bodies to catch the football. Elite coverage. Great job being glued to your guy and being physical when he caught it. When he catches the football, I've got to immediately impact him so he can't catch it. That's how it's done.
Here's a heat. Upstairs, he's got it. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Wolverine. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start. If you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man. And sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
He's got it again. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Michigan choosing to spend its final timeout here. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Hoosiers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
Well, you've also had some miscues on offense. Big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. On the delay, it's Marshall. Picks up the first down. Slips one guy, now he's loose. He's run out of bounds at the 23 after the big gainer.
Third and long, I'm thinking bring in extra DBs, play for the pass, rush the passer, and this offense flips the script, runs the football right at him. Nice job by this offense catching him off guard, making the big play, getting the first down with the run.
He's going to take off. Got enough space. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the second. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. They'll go to the counter. They didn't even let that one get started as they stuff things up in the middle, and the clock winds down here late in the second quarter. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. And the Hoosiers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Unloads quickly. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Picked up some yardage on that completion, but still a third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He puts them in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Anytime a blitz gets home that fast, I'm going to call it a lot, okay? I'm going to use this one time and time again until they find some answers to how we got that linebacker to the quarterback that fast.
They're dealing with a second and long. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. With the catch, it's Johnson. Touchdown!
Starting the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Rides to back and leaves it. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. They'll run the counter. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. The hand to the running back. Spins away from the defender. There's a crease. Past the 30. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line. The Hoosiers will have it 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Beebe. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. On the ground, it's Beebe. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. And the Hoosiers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And this D's going to have to find some answers, guys. I mean, you've seen him. This offense has moved the ball down the field, done what they want. Now 1st and goal situation. Who cares about the yards? Like, step up right here, try to force them into a 4th down, try to make them kick a field goal.
Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. It looks as if we have an injured Hoosier at the end of that play. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. They'll go right back to it. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. Trailing and getting deep in the game. They'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Back to throw. It's Hoover. Under fire. Touchdown, Hoosiers. Got it right in the heart of the end zone. The Hoosiers right back at him.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll move the wide receiver. Grab behind the line. It's Marsh. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. The pull and throw off the RPO. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. That's caught. It's Marsh. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4. The completion picked up 6 yards on 1st down. Now 2nd and 4. The RPO. It's complete. There he goes. Past the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. Big Blue with the response.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they did tack on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in from the Indiana sideline. This defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And how about this? It's a strong safety who spins down in the box all the time and usually plays run. You could tell. Saw pass, diagnosed it, and went and got the quarterback on the ground.
Dropping back, it's Hoover. Makes the grab, it's Becker. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Hoosiers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pulls it in. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man. The Hoosiers take their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, what a grab, pulling it in with one hand. Oh, man, look, Ma, one hand. That's all he needed for the big gainer.
That's so hard to do. You consider that ball's thrown that far downfield. That thing's coming in with a lot of velocity, and that receiver just went up and stabbed it.
And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the fourth with a touchdown. From the gun, looking for a man. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Back to throw, it's Hoover. He wants it all. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Quick strike through the air for the score. The Hoosiers right back at him.
Really nice touchdown. Now it's decision time. Extra point will get you to OT. Do you try to win it right now with a two-point play?
And a little pressure, no problem. The extra point ties the game here in the fourth. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's tackled right there, but a good job to pick his way and find some room on that return. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the RPO, complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field, but you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your second and third read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Quick release on the RPO. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And that is a big one. Not content to go to overtime. They're going to try. Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They'll run for it. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. They just haven't been able to hold up and protect the quarterback, and now they face second and long. Complete to the right. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Got to have a touchdown right here, and this will be the final play of regulation. Back to throw, it's Hoover. He's taking the deep shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And a tremendous way for this defense to finish. The interception as the clock reaches 0. What a show both of these teams put on today. A couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battles.